When the Tiger tanks appeared in 1942, they were organized into independent battalion-sized formations called Schwere Panzerabteilung or Heavy Tank Battalion. Each of these battalions had a workshop company with 2 workshop platoons and 1 recovery platoon. The mechanics of these companies were responsible for the general maintenance of the Tiger tanks and of their armament. Cooperation between the tank crews and the mechanics was vital. Without their work, the famous Tiger aces wouldn't have been able to achieve their victories. Many modifications were introduced during the production run to improve the firepower and protection of the Tiger tank. In 1942 alone, at least 6 revisions were made. So you can imagine how difficult it was for the mechanics to keep these different models operational in the battlefield. In the assembly area, the repair sections tested all tanks and equipment as to fitness for battle. Any breakdowns were reported at once. On the march, the mechanics traveled with the tank units and dealt with any problems in vehicles or equipment, insofar as these repairs could be effected in less than 4 hours and with field equipment. If a tank broke down, the repair section leader inspected it and determined the nature of the damage. If the damage warranted it, the tank was handed over to the recovery platoon to be towed away. Otherwise, a motorcycle with mechanics stayed with the tank to effect repairs, while the other elements of the repair section went on with the column. In battle, the company repair sections were under the order of the battalion commander. As a rule, they followed closely behind the fighting units and ranged over the battle area looking for broken down tanks. If the tank couldn't be repaired on the spot, it was made towable and its position was reported to the recovery platoon. The workshop company had its own power tools, the apparatus for electric welding, and the most important tool, the crane. At the beginning of the workshop companies used a variant of the famous Sonderkraftfahrzeug, so Special Purpose Vehicle 9 FAMO half-track, the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 9/1. A new upper body of the vehicle mounted a 6-ton capacity crane. It was issued to all tank maintenance units from September of 1941. However, its capacity was not enough, and newer cranes capable of lifting larger loads appeared in the middle of the war. A German company that built gantry cranes used in ships and railroad yards before the war developed the Strabo-Kran, the short for Straßenbock-Kran or road gantry crane. 3 portable cranes were developed for the armed forces with lifting capacity of 15, 16 and 20 tons. These horizontal gantry cranes were supported by collapsible towers for transportation. And finally, let's see the Tiger tank recovery methods. Due to its size and weight, the high number of breakdowns and the recovery of battle-damaged vehicle was a real headache for the mechanics. The tanks were immensely valuable and had to be recovered at all cost. The standard German heavy recovery half-track was the previously mentioned FAMO. It could easily recover a German medium tank like the Panzer III. But one single FAMO could not recover a Tiger tank. 2 or 3 vehicles were usually needed to tow one Tiger. It was the case therefore that another Tiger was needed to tow a disabled machine, but on such occasions the engine of the towing vehicle often overheated and sometimes resulted in an engine breakdown or even fire. Tiger tanks were therefore forbidden by regulations to tow crippled comrades. However, in practice, this order was routinely disobeyed, as the alternative was the total loss of a large number of Tiger tanks that could otherwise have been saved. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.